Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Well, in light of all of the turbulence yesterday, I think that this will be a good opportunity to run through something rather positive. There's a new Ripple Insights piece written by David Schwartz. It's Ripple's CTO, co-creator of the XRP ledger. And it has to do, among other things, with emerging XRP use cases. And this kind of fits in with my theme of utility matters and will win the day ultimately. It's just going to take the world a long time to figure out which cryptocurrencies are going to have staying power. Not financial advice, just my humble opinion here. So this piece, David Schwartz titled The XRP Ledger, Fostering Industry Performance and Innovation. So I'm going to run through this with you. And then at the end of the video, I just found this rather fascinating. I'm going to, again, save it for the end of the video, but this from Daily Hodl. This piece is titled Flash Crash. Crypto traders buy Bitcoin at $1,820 using Binance stablecoin. Rather fascinating. So, before we get going here, though, if you would please delicately tap that like button, and if you're a fan of Ripple and XRP, consider subscribing to the Moon Lambo channel. This is an XRP-centric channel, and you will be amongst friends here. So let's go ahead and dig into this piece by David Schwartz. As a blockchain and digital asset technologies mature, we are seeing tangible use cases emerge. Entrepreneurs and businesses are solving real problems across numerous industries: payments, capital markets, gaming, media, and more. Yet the ongoing debate regarding the proper paths for decentralized digital assets and blockchain technologies cripple the speed of innovation. Amid these debates, we've lost sight of what decentralization actually means, and more importantly, we've confused the true purpose and value different assets and blockchain technologies offer for solving different real-world problems. For these new technologies to have lasting impact, we as an industry must begin to recognize the value their inherent differences offer, embrace ways to interoperate between blockchains, and think less about our fiefdom and more about what we all set out to achieve in the first place: incorruptible digital ledger systems that record transactions in sequence for anything deemed valuable. With this lens, we should take a fresh look at the digital asset XRP and the XRP ledger, the unique value they offer, where forward progress is happening on the ledger today, and what lies ahead for this technology. And in reading through that portion, I could not help but think about the concept of maximalism. David Schwartz here clearly is talking about the importance of finding real use cases for various cryptocurrencies, and he said blockchains too, just at large, and not necessarily blockchains that have a native digital asset like the XRP ledger. But he clearly recognizes that there will not be one coin to rule them all, and he does not view the world as looking that way. And in seeing him speak publicly in all sorts of videos, he said on multiple occasions that he's, and I say this on my channel too, and a lot of what I've learned is from him, but he just thinks that you can't shoehorn everybody into one particular blockchain. They have different attributes, and different people are going to want different things. They have different motivators in life. And then he writes, XRP is a decentralized digital asset. It was built specifically to solve problems with global payments. It is fast, reliable, and scalable. XRP's utility as the best digital asset for payments separates it from other digital assets and blockchain technologies. The XRP ledger is the backbone of XRP. It keeps a record of XRP ownership and provides a secure mechanism for executing financial transactions and managing assets and accounts. It relies on democratic consensus mechanism to order transactions, one that no single party can control. And of course, that's a key differentiator between XRP and Bitcoin, the way in which they solve the double spend problem. Bitcoin uses the clunky proof-of-work technology, and XRP uses a consensus mechanism, which requires substantially less computing power, because it doesn't matter what the order of the transactions are, as long as they ultimately get processed. So that's why if you get to 80% agreeing, then you can just move forward and say, okay, this is, generally speaking, the majority clearly thinks that the orders happen in this particular order, and if others disagree, well, it doesn't functionally matter. You got ledgers closing every 3 to 5 seconds. The rest will just come on board and say, okay, the 80% says it went this way, so it went this way. And so it's just substantially more efficient than utilizing proof of work to solve the double spend problem. Anyway, the ledger makes it easy for anyone to run a validator and use the consensus to approve new transactions. As a result, more people can participate in transactions typically settle within a few seconds. This design was driven by the payments use case, where rapid and cheap transaction finality addresses real use needs. In contrast, blockchains based on proof of work have different considerations when it comes to attributes such as finality and speed. Those with the most advanced hardware and cheapest energy sources have come to dominate the process by choosing which transactions to execute, and maintaining a decentralized ledger in this way has proven expensive and slow. Consensus has shown the opposite. The XRP ledger has become more decentralized over time and can complement other blockchain technologies by offering fast, inexpensive transactions. Then there's a subheading here titled The Current State of the XRP Ledger. Since the creation of the XRP ledger in 2012, the number of settled transactions has exceeded 50 million. And I made a video on that. It was quite the milestone, by the way. Hundreds of validator nodes are participating on the network, and advanced real-time censorship detection mechanisms are ensuring the integrity of the network. More than 150 diverse validator nodes guarantee fairness and neutrality on the XRP ledger today. Participants retain the freedom to change their unique node list, UNL, and the corresponding validator nodes that they trust. Every user is the ultimate authority over the code their server runs and the rules under which it operates. This means that no single entity can decide which transactions succeed or fail, and no one can alter a transaction after it is added to the ledger. See, now that's truly immutable. Whereas with Bitcoin, you can, with relative ease, I'd say, you can roll back transactions. That's the 51% attack. Not so on the XRP ledger. Anyway, and the piece continues. As a result, no transaction submitted to the XRP ledger has ever been discriminated against or censored, unlike proof-of-work systems, where the transactions executed in each block are solely determined by the preferences of a single miner. XRP ledger was designed to prevent censorship of any kind. For example, a validator node servers also have the ability to automatically detect attempts to censor transactions and issue warnings of transactions that may have been missed. If a server believes a transaction should have been included in a closed ledger after several rounds of consensus, then the validators that attempted to censor the transaction would simply be blacklisted and ignored, which is exactly why it's very difficult. If you want to hijack the XRP ledger, yeah, good luck. It's going to be rather difficult. Because, again, those that are operating in good faith on the XRP ledger can just simply pretend like you don't exist. So, anyway, importantly, because an attempt to censor a transaction would require a corrupt majority, quickly be detected and merely result in those who attempted the censoring no longer be listened to, it is not expected that such an attempt would ever occur, and, to date, none has. Think about that. The ledger launched, I guess it was technically the beginning of 2013, and we're getting towards the later part of 2019, 50 million ledgers closed, and you know that XRP is being scrutinized by, well, let's just say a bunch of Bitcoin maximalists and other people that don't like that XRP is being used to help banks. Yet this has never happened. Why do you think that is? Is it just luck so far and it's going to inevitably happen? Or is it that it's hard to just hijack the network? Anyway, and he writes, this trust and impartially built into the XRP ledger are just some of the reasons why exchanges, wallets, and applications continue to build on it. Then there's another subheading here, the value of XRP and the XRP ledger today. The XRP ledger was designed to provide a robust feature set for grounding XRP, settling payments, and exchanging digital assets of all kinds. Developers continue to innovate with core improvements in decentralization, security, and reliability, as well as new features to improve things like account management and off-ledger scaling. Today on the XRP ledger, transactions settle in just 3 seconds. Companies turn to the digital asset XRP and the XRP ledger for speed, cost, reliability, and neutrality. These unique characteristics are vital for developers and entrepreneurs looking to solve real problems, from cross-border transactions and micropayments to decentralized finance apps and more. For example, at Ripple, we use XRP to instantly settle international payments through our global payment network, RippleNet. In this way, we're offering financial institutions an alternative to pre-funding and traditional correspondent banking systems, and their users a better global payments experience. Other businesses are using XRP and the XRP ledger in content monetization, payments, and even the music industry. Now check this out. So he's got 5 bullet points citing use case here. So the first one is Coil. Coil makes it easy for creators to monetize their content across the internet using the Interledger Protocol, ILP, allowing XRP or any currency to be used for payments. 2. Puma Browser provides a new way to pay for content through a privacy-focused web browser powered by Coil and ILP. 3. XRP Tipbot enables users on Reddit, Twitter, and Discord to send XRP to each other as a way to tip users for their continued content. 4. CoinGate provides a reliable payments infrastructure that allows consumers to pay merchants using cryptocurrencies. 5. Raised in Space Enterprises integrates blockchain and the digital asset XRP to fund entrepreneurs in the music space. There you go. 5 use cases for XRP listed by David Schwartz here. Then he writes, real problems are being solved with XRP on the ledger across industries ripe for change. This is just the beginning. With unique speed, reliability, and scalability, XRP and the XRP ledger are built to foster continued innovation across the industry. Improvements to address resource consumption and increase the ledger's robustness and attack resistance are in the works. The community is working to release a continued stream of new features aimed at supporting micropayments and emerging decentralized finance use cases. We encourage developers and entrepreneurs interested in creating solutions through blockchain technology to start building on the XRP ledger today, and we invite you to share your thoughts. Very awesome piece by David Schwartz there. I like that a lot. And especially, like I said, amidst all the price turbulence as of late, it's good to see that, look, the world is not ending here. Developers are moving forward. Do you think that, that because of this price action we saw yesterday at XRP getting down to about 22 cents that everybody's just quitting? They're done, like, okay, we're going to stop developing everything that we've been working on for all these years. No, there's really utility to be had here. Temporary price action doesn't really bother me, even if it's not fun to look at. It is what it is. People are in a frenzy around this technology and by and large, just don't understand who the winners are going to be. And so juxtapose XRP with cryptocurrency, the leading cryptocurrency Bitcoin, which has failed to find a use case, unless you're going to say store of value. But man, I still maintain, I don't know how you maintain a store of value once the frenzy around crypto is gone and people figure out which coins are useful. How would people long term have any confidence to keep their money in Bitcoin if it in fact never does find even just one use case? To me, store of value, I'm highly skeptical of that just being its a lone sort of use case that would have any sort of staying power. Now, in the short term, I don't think that Bitcoin's in any trouble. This is just my guess, not financial advice, but it seems to me, despite it seems like you'd think with what happened in 2017, the bear market 2018, that people would have finally figured stuff out, but not the case. This is actually a much more complex space than many give it credit for, and I don't think we're anywhere near the market maturing to the point where there's an understanding of which coins deserve to be or which have staying power. And so I don't suppose that Bitcoin's going away anytime soon. That said, to me, it's still just a matter of time, since I believe utility will win the day, that XRP would end up being #1 in market cap at some point, and that will set the entire market into a frenzy. Can you imagine the day that happens? So, as things stand now, with all available knowledge, everything that I'm aware of, I don't know how that could not ultimately happen. Now, things could develop over time, and then if I change my opinion super duper, I always reserve the right to change my opinion, but based on all available knowledge today, that's the direction I would see this all going. So you can tell me what you think. Next here, this is a tweet from fellow XRP YouTuber Kevin Cage, who tweeted this out, and I found it fascinating, so I just want to share it with you, and you might be able to help. He tweeted out, "I've been saving hundreds of screenshots and comments of people calling XRP a scam and S-word coin. I'm going to put it all into a single YouTube compilation after we moon someday. Hashtag XRP community, send me good screenshots." So if you have anything, go ahead. He's at Kevin_Cage_. And if you've got anything you want to share with him, I know that he would appreciate it there. And he's not the only one doing this. I saw in a blog a long time ago from Hodor, he also mentioned that he was collecting screenshots and just, I don't know if it was just from Twitter, but wherever he was sourcing them from on the internet, maybe there would have been stuff on Reddit and stuff. I don't know. I can't recall if it's been a long time, but he's compiling this too so that one day when everything comes to pass, he can illustrate that all of the pieces of knowledge you need to know that, just provide confidence that XRP would have staying power and Ripple would achieve success. It's all there, but some people just couldn't see it, and so he's gonna do a simpler piece that seems like in blog form. So that's Hodor and Kevin Cage getting at it, so I like it. All right, last piece for this video, which I just found quite interesting. DailyHodl.com. Flash crash, crypto traders buy Bitcoin BTC at $1,820 using Binance stablecoin. During Tuesday's wild Bitcoin tumble, crypto traders managed to capitalize on a dramatic flash crash in Binance USD's pair with Bitcoin. TradingView tracked the BTC/BUSD pair on Binance, which witnessed the price of BTC fall to $1,820 in an instant. And you can see on screen it was really just an instant. It did not last long. Binance launched the stablecoin on Friday in a partnership with Paxos. The coin is designed to be pegged 1-to-1 with the US dollar and is initially available against Bitcoin, BNB, and XRP. BUSD's pair with Bitcoin has relatively low trading volume, $3.8 million over the last 24 hours, according to CoinMarketCap. Traders tracked the flash crash in real time during the crypto market's sudden meltdown. And then here's another screen grab of it. And this is at Pick a Crypto wrote, so BUSD flash crashed to $1,800 on Binance during the dump. Someone got $1,800 Bitcoin. Insane. Yeah, that does sound insane, doesn't it? Like, holy crap. BUSD earned the stamp of approval from the New York State Department of Financial Services and can be traded on Binance.com. It's the second stablecoin launched by the leading crypto exchange. The first was Binance GBP, and then the parentheses there at BGBP, which launched on Binance Jersey back in July. Binance CEO CZ says the company is just getting started in the stablecoin business with more pegged crypto assets in the pipeline. And then there's a quote, "We hope to launch more compliant stablecoins backed by fiat reserves in the future, introducing more stability to the cryptocurrency world." At the time of writing, Binance has not commented on the flash crash. So how about that? Somebody really looked out. Can you imagine that? Getting Bitcoin for that just because of a simple flash crash? Man, if you're in the right place at the right time, man, Merry Christmas to you. Well, that's it for this video. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!